Hey guys, Amelia here. I wasn't tagged to do this, but I'll be doing it anyway. And today we're going to do a book tag. So I'm gonna get the question. First question. Read only trilogies or standalone? I've been reading series and trilogies since I was like 4 or 5 years old. And I love series and trilogies because you can see the world building, the character development, and the writing style. You can get into the writing style not from the first book but maybe from the second or from the third. I'm going to read only series and trilogies. Question 2. Read only female or male authors? Honestly, I don't give a about gender of the authors. If I can get into their writing styles, if I can love their universe, their characters, and how they interpret their world, I absolutely will read that series. Number 3. Shops at Barnes and Nobles or Amazon? Unfortunately, my country didn't have Barnes and Noble, and Amazon shipments cost like half of my soul. So I interpret this question a bit different, somewhat like shop at physical bookstore or online bookstore. I love physical bookstore. It's just like the attraction when you cross and it feels like it's pulling you in. And when you enter the environment, the atmosphere, the smell, you just like home. And at the same time, I also like to buy books online because some of the books that I really want, they didn't even have it here. So I probably go to online bookstore, and my favorite online bookstore is Book Depository. For one, it's cheaper than the physical bookstore in my country, and second one, the shipping is free. If you're interested in buying from them, I will leave a link down below and you can click it using my link and get discount. Yeah, so it's 50-50 for me.
Nothing smiles on time.
Number 4. All books become movies or TV shows? Personally, I did want my book to become either of them because some books, it's more awesome when they leave it alone. But if one of my favorite books going to be either of them, I would prefer movies, because if they tried the first one and it's kind of like and I wouldn't want to watch another one, and I would just like give up in the movie franchise. But if they turn the books into TV show, the risk of being it's also higher, and that's kind of saddened me. If they did the first season, second season's good, and the third season like it's gonna totally break me, because I will like decide to stop watching like Vampire Diaries. Sorry. Number 5. Read 5 pages per day or 5 books per week?
If only I could read 5 books per week.
But no, I can't, because one, I suffered dyslexia, I know, and the second one, my life is hectic. When I started college, between the time I finished my high school and waiting for my college, I have like 6 months of holidays. I push myself at least to read 3 to 4 books a week. Yeah, 2013 is like my ultimate reading book. I don't even know how much I read, but I kind of miss those times. But I know that I can't have it right now because of school, college, and everything in life. But at least I would read 5 pages per day based on what my life looks like right now. Yeah. Number 6. Be a professional reviewer or an author? 50% of myself, I love to review books, I love to give critics, and I love to give encouragement. But I love writing. I love creating my own world, my own universe, my own characters. But as a writer, the stress is I can't stand the stress because I am a master procrastinator. I love to do stuff in last minute, so the job didn't suit me. So I will go to professional reviewer. Number 7. Only read your 20 favorite books over and over, or always read new ones that you haven't read before. I love to read everything, every genre of everything. So I love to try reading other books, but at the same time I save some time to reread my favorite, my ultimate favorite. My go-to reread book is Harry Potter series. Second one is Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, and Lord of the Ring and the Hobbit series. So those 3 are my go-to reread when I have time in a year. For the past 3 years, I noticed the pattern of my reading. When early of the year, I started with fantasy, everything fantasy. But when it comes to like middle of the year, between June and July, I tend to go to romance book. I don't know why, maybe because of the lack of romance in my life. But I tend to go to romance book and discover all other stuff. I don't care if it's dark romance or new adult or erotic romance or paranormal romance, anything romance, just give it to me. And when I reach the end of the year, I tend to read historical fiction. I don't care what is it, about war or historical romance, something like that. So between the 3 phases of my reading, I tend to discover other genre too. Like the other day, I tried to read sci-fi. Sci-fi creeps me out, but I like to try. And before the end of the year feels, I tend to go to crime and suspense because my sister have like loads bucket of that book. She loves that. So I tend to like read some of her stuff. Number 8, be a librarian or bookseller. I can't be a bookseller because I don't like business and I can't convince one soul to even buy something from me. Yeah, I would like to be a librarian because in my high school I applied for a librarian, but my application got rejected, and it really frustrates me. Like they have like a column saying that why I should be a librarian. I wrote everything that described my life in a nutshell. I love books. I love living with books. I love rearrange the books. And generally, I love books, but I didn't get it. Number 9, only read your favorite genre or every genre except your favorite. How can you give this question? I really want to read other genre too, but it say except your favorite, so I'm gonna give up. I only read my favorite genre. Fantasy is my favorite genre.
I don't care if it's high fantasy or standard fantasy or YA fantasy or new adult fantasy or whatever fantasy, a bit of sci-fi or crime or anything. If the book has a bit of fantasy,
it will be in my TBR pile. Oh, hail fantasy!
Broaden your imagination.
Oh my god, I sounded like Trelawney. Oh shit. Last question, number 10. Only read physical books or ebooks. Oh my god, this question is so hard because I love physical books and I also love ebooks. I love having physical books because you can imagine,
this is the physical book. You have the portal to the world. You have the key to go into the world. How can you say no to that? And you can model them on your shelf and take those pictures, and they're beautiful. But I also like ebook because it's practical. It's easy. You can have like a laptop or a phone
with like 100 ebooks in them, and you can like read wherever you are, whenever you want. So
nothing's fine sometimes.
Don't ask me this question again, so I'm gonna go with both. So that's all from me. I know I'm a bit excited this week, I don't know why, but if you have any recommendation of book that you would like me to read and so we can discuss it together, you can leave down below. And if you want to keep connect with me in social medias, the link will be down below too. And don't forget to enter my giveaway. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time. Ciao! So that is my book buying band life story, my first ever book buying band life story.